Red. Continue. You can record again.
That's a tea break.
You got 27 minutes. Oh, and then stop. So you're gonna have to edit that, right? Oh, as you were.
Right, as you can see, that's Jan, the camerawoman, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Jan, for your time and effort. So let's have a look what you've got in your crate here then, if you don't mind, Mr. Monks.
Super spectacular here. This is not.
Well,
like
you say that. You say that. You say that.
Yeah, basically, what's in this crate? This is just one that I've brought up here. I'm about to move all my vinyl into my studio, and I haven't done that as yet. But yeah, so these are just random records that are in this crate here. One of them being Gangstar, Daily Operation. Now that was a massive record for me.
Yeah, that took
that
sampling to another level.
It did. One of the greatest producers of all time from here.
Yeah. Of course, Guru passed away.
Yeah, rest in peace to Guru. And yeah, at this time I was going to York a lot at that time when I was listening to that. I was over in York hanging out with a guy called Brendan.
The beat on that, Take It Personal.
Oh yeah.
That was the joy on there for me.
1992. In fact, I used that beat is my beat when I knock on the door. People know that.
I like it.
Bahamadia, I confess, I really like Bahamadia. Here's another single, Blase Blase.
Danger! When the Easters were in our house. Oh my God.
I love this. You know, this is funny. Brilliant. A lot of people aren't into Shaquille O'Neal rapping, but I got to say that this tune was extraordinary.
The fusion of like the ragga Jamaican style with the hip hop style. Chip Fu, whoa, what an MC.
Oh,
I mean, what a flow.
I mean, there's so many MCs rapping fast now. This is the originator, this guy here, Chip Fu. He's still doing it now and he's killing it. He's absolutely smashing it.
Because he was more like a British, the style originator, I guess, came from Jamaica.
Is it like well, he's Trinidad, but he has that Jamaican kind of.
Then through the English MCs, the early guys, Rebel MC, all them guys,
There's a picture I painted for him just recently over there. He sent me a photograph and I painted it, the one at the top with the scarf on.
Yeah.
That's Chip Fu. And he absolutely loved that. He got on Instagram and was telling me about how he wants that painting from me. So yeah, and he's an incredible MC. He's still, like I say, he's putting out mixtapes now, and he's
this.
Shantae.
What you won't know is that the camera woman's daughter, her middle name is it's actually Shantae, but named after Roxanne Shante. That's a tune. I've never seen that on 12-inch vinyl before, actually.
Well, I came across this. If you look at it, it's got a $sign on there. I found this in America. I went to America and I found it in a box out there and just thought, hey, I've got to have this, and I got it really cheap as well.
Killer tune. She goes in on it. This is every female
I'd never
MC.
Seen it either, so
every female MC, yeah.
This is another one of my favourite singles as well. This was a great time, 1994. It's a real landmark for hip hop for me. The year 1994. We had so many great.
That was for the Spike Lee movie of the same name.
Yeah, it was
Dodgers, which was Master Ace.
One of my most favourite MCs, which is, you can see I've done a clay sculpture there of him. I've done an oil painting up there of him of the same picture that he sent me personally.
Buckshot, Shorty and Special Ed. Wow,
yeah.
That was
incredible. That was one of the most amazing.
They did part 2 to that as well, didn't they?
They did.
Chubb Rock was on that one.
Yeah, Chubb Rock was on there. I can't remember who else was on it. But yeah, this one was for me. This one more than I did like the second one. That was at 1996, about 2 years later. That got dropped on 95. But this is 1994 and did so much for me. 1994 for the caliber of MCs. It was like hip hop had reached its pinnacle point.
Yeah.
And after that, it started to, it kind of leveled out, and then it started to drop down, and that's when the commercial aspects set in after Biggie had passed away and Tupac, which I were never fans of, Tupac or Biggie. Although I'd say Biggie was a MC's MC. Tupac was professional, good at what he did, but again, I was never into the negative.
Gangster. They can flow though. Biggie can flow.
Yeah, he could, definitely. But yeah, that was me. I kind of stepped away from that side of things. But when they died, it gave way for P Diddy, Puff Daddy at the time, to open up what we have now of this commercial rush. You open the door, which just will never close now, and that's why we've had so much trash come out. People got opportunity to be pimped.
Well, there's a question for you. What's the worst record you've bought? What's one you've bought and you've got it home and thought, I'm gonna, you know.
Eddie Murphy, Put Your Mouth on Me.
I haven't heard that, but I'm gonna Google that one.
It's terrible. It's a single. And I was just a kid, and I liked Eddie Murphy as an actor, and he used to go into Our Price.
He does reggae now. He's surprisingly good. Yeah.
Oh no, I saw it.
Yeah.
Lee
He's
Kenny
surprisingly good.
And I was shocked.
So.
But what I heard back then, it wasn't the one. But yeah, Put Your Mouth on Me by Eddie Murphy. I bought it from Our Price, so we don't have Our Price records anymore, do we?
That was a record shop for you people who don't know.
One of my favourite British MCs.
Classic.
Black Twang.
Classic album.
19, long time. I was waiting for his album before that, Detwork South East. It never happened because the record label folded.
They've just released that on iTunes.
I heard there was about to release it.
Yeah, they've released that on iTunes. You can't get it on vinyl, but yeah. Great, that's Red Letters, bits of it.
You don't want to talk about it because it's not on vinyl.
I know.
But I really wish they put it on vinyl.
I mean, even this is hard to find, but of course it's got 9 Long Time, the tune on there.
Yeah. Red Letter.
Red Letter, one of my top 10 all-time tunes. Incredible MC. Also known as Titanic.
I don't know if you know about him. He was an R&B singer before he was MC, and he wasn't actually before he started doing his Black Twang stuff.
Wow.
He actually,
he can sing as well.
Yeah, he's a singer. So he was in a different group, which was like an R&B group, and then they were working in Monroe Studios, I believe, and he ended up doing some hip hop, and he was probably one of the best hip hop acts in the UK.
That's one to look out for if you ever see that. Buy that. That's definitely one of my favourites. Oh, there's a Nightmares on Wax.
Yeah. This is a limited edition, limited run, colour vinyl, see-through colour vinyl.
That's nice. Which is that Trouble Man, African Pirates remixes Nightmares on Wax. That's nice. Made in England. That's 2006 Warp Records. That's nice. That's nice. Let me be careful with this one.
One of my favourite LPs for the early 90s. This album blew me away. It really inspired me. And like the artwork and everything else.
That's Delicious Vinyl, which was, they'd had a wave before with people like Tone Loc, Young MC. And then they went away for a while, but then they came back with these guys, The Far Side. And
again, this was the first time we were seeing this amazing, see-through. It's the first time I saw it. Beautiful, see-through vinyl.
Didn't you make that into a T-shirt one?
I did. That was Master Ace one, the single G-Pass. And look at that, beautiful. I just love the way it glows up in the sun.
I like that too, don't worry, you're not weird, I like that too.
But I mean, the vinyl thing, for me, it's the ritual of it, it's the cleaning the record, it's the putting it down, hearing the crackle, the whole ritual of putting it on, turning the vinyl over, just the feel of it, the artwork, the size of the artwork, the fact that you can enjoy and read and,
get that on shot. I mean, the artwork on there is just absolutely fantastic.
I mean, you used to go home, you'd read all the inserts and things that came with the vinyl and stuff, and who the shout outs were to, and
I used to always read the shout. That was the first thing when I bought a record.
You'd go home, sit there for hours,
checking my name was on there. Man.
Terminator X.
Wow.
This was his.
He's of course, as far as I know. I think he tried to do one after, but he was Public Enemy DJ, of course.
And who actually runs an ostrich farm now and doesn't go on tour with Public Enemy or have anything to do with them in that sense.
Is it DJ Lord they have now? Is it Lord?
They had, who did they have when I saw them? I saw them just recently. Jay Roby was up on stage with them, my son. And
I know. My nephew MC.
Chuck Chill Out. They had Chuck Chill Out.
Oh wow.
Sure.
Yeah. Chuck Chill Out, cool too. Good DJ.
I'm sure that's who was with them this time around. if I remember rightly.
And Jerobi got to go on stage and do the line in Fight the Power.
He was back. Yeah, he was backstage with
He
them.
must have been proud.
And on stage all night, the whole night they had him up on stage.
Yeah. So your son could say he
incredible
raps with Public Enemy one thing, yeah? What?
That I can't
He
say.
can load up.
thing I can't say, he can't say. But yeah.
But, wow. I mean, the artwork
This
on
is
that,
another one, absolutely incredible album.
legendary album. The Tribe Called Quest, that's the first release.
Yeah, this is their
Jive
first album.
Records. Brilliant. Jive did a lot of good hip hop
Just
back
pulling
then.
it out of the sleeve, listen to it.
Yeah, they did.
Sounds dusty, doesn't it?
They did a lot of good releases back then.
Oh yeah.
They did some cool Modi stuff, and yeah, they were good. Even I think some KRS stuff as well. I think they might have released Jive, but
Yeah, they
were
did.
good.
Yeah.
Good.
Jive was
No, good label for hip hop. Yeah, I mean,
You know, I
just
used to
the
do my
artwork
vinyl.
on that is just
I'm going to give you a little thing of what I ended up doing my vinyl, because I remember you back in the day lost so much vinyl because people had burgled you and took your vinyl. And I remember you selling me some as well. And I remember you used to write in yours.
I used to write my name in
so,
there.
So I started writing
so
my
don't
name.
nick my records.
I started writing
caught.
my name on the inside of the sleeve. And then on top of that, we'd write on the label as well, because you used to write on the label.
We used to,
So I started doing that because of you.
Yeah.
You know,
bless. I got a few back off the police as well, so big up West Yorkshire Police for bringing me that crate of vinyl back off the burglars.
It was a horrible
Well,
thing, wasn't it?
yeah,
to think
yeah,
that you was going to lose
yeah.
your vinyl collection was the biggest thing ever.
Yeah.
It was a scary thing.
It didn't stop me, I just started collecting them again.
It used to scare me when I heard that you'd lost your vinyl. I would be just like beside myself. It just like, oh my gosh, no way. It would hit here, because it was the most precious. I couldn't walk past a store without going in, even if it was a
well, back then we had
store.
HMV, we had R Price, we had Virgin Records, all of them really.
Jumbo,
HMV.
Crash.
We had independent ones, Jumbo and Crash.
And there was
Way Ahead Records, Eastern Bloc.
what's that one called? That's the retro thing up at the top. It's still there now.
Oh, Relics Records.
Yeah, Relics.
Yeah, they're
There's the
good
Polar
stuff,
Bear
yeah.
Records as well.
Polar Bear up in Headingley, but yeah, Jumbo is still going. That's
Jumbo's
a
been
good-
there from the very beginning.
from the very beginning. Very good
70s,
Jumbo
and
Records.
they're still
Big
selling
up to
vinyl now.
all the stuff in there.
Oh yeah.
They're very, very good guys.
If you come to Leeds, go to Jumbo Records if you're looking
they
for
know
vinyl.
their stuff, and every genre. They're good people in there.
But I had an illness, I felt, and I'm pretty sure everyone who
A vinyl
collects
addict,
vinyl was it was like
definitely an
you couldn't walk past a record shop
Yeah.
without having to go. You had to go in and just see. if
I'd
you
have
got
days where
anything
I wouldn't have lunch. Honestly, I'd have my set money for my lunches at work,
Yeah.
and I'd be going to buy a sandwich.
I remember seeing you in on your lunch.
And
you worked at the bank.
Yeah, that's me.
And that's where I met you.
And
When
then
you was on your lunch
yeah.
buying in not in Way Ahead. I met you in
Oh,
I
crap.
said it earlier, didn't I? What was the name?
Not Vinyl Tap.
No, Urban Rhythm.
Urban Rhythm.
Urban
Big
Rhythm,
up
that's
to
where I
Urban
met you.
Rhythm Records. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been 92, 93.
Yeah.
That's when I met you.
Yeah.
92, 93, something like that. When did you move here?
Yeah, 92.
Was it 92? So I would have
yeah.
met you in
Because it
1992.
was you and DJ Countdown, big up to DJ Countdown. He was on the first hip hop.
We just
guys
started
I met
talking in
Leeds.
the record shop. And
Well, that's what
became
people used to
the
do.
most amazing
That's what you
place.
used to do.
Yeah.
You go in there
Communicate, yeah.
and you'd see a guy and you'd think, oh, what's he got on his back? And
What's
you,
he
oh,
got?
yeah. And that was it. You just, friendships were forged
Oh, yeah.
out of buying these 12-inch pieces of plastic.
Indeed.
All right, it's a block. We've got to go to Maureen's to have
Yeah.
some Caribbean food.
If you're
ever in
Leeds,
Leeds,
Maureen's is
on
the
Roundley
place.
Road. That's the place. This is part one. We're going to have to do a part
Of
two.
course.
Come here. Come on, the paddy go.
It's so beautiful seeing you, bro.
Okay. Flash.